I foolishly chose to study Latin when I was in school. It was a language that no one really spoke, and while my teacher did an excellent job of motivating us by including songs, using her personal energy to keep us engaged, hosting Roman banquets at her house, and even taking us on a trip to Rome itself, ultimately I never truly became proficient in Latin. At the time, I believed this was because I wasn't intrinsically motivated. This may be true, but I also now realize that there were social aspects involved as well. My family didn't value the acquisition of second languages, and it wasn't something that was really pushed by my school either. After learning about Gardner's socio-educational model, I realized that perhaps the climate I was learning a language in wasn't ideal in fostering language growth. I hadn't really been shown how Latin would benefit me, except maybe through the roots if I decided to major in medicine or something equally implausible. Consequently, I was never fully, as Bonnie Norton would say, invested in my language learning. Now, as a teacher working with adults, I see other students with similar motivations or lack thereof. To encourage my students, I try to use authentic materials, I utilize surveys to discover my students' interests, and I design lessons around these interests. I play games, use multimedia, take the students on outings, and constantly vary my classroom approach. During the fun times, it's easy to keep students motivated, but as Dornier suggests, motivation fluctuates over time. If a student wants to be academically successful, the number one thing they can do to improve their English is read. While I try to bring things that students enjoy, the truth is that at some point students need to have intrinsic motivation and choose to read, because it's simply not possible to force someone to read. The frustrating part is that not all people come from cultures where literacy is valued the way it is in Western culture. Similarly, other educational styles are geared more towards a lecture than discovering meaning through written text. I find it challenging to motivate adult students who come from such different backgrounds, and I've yet to find a method that is always successful, and with some I haven't been able to achieve any success. But I keep trying. Through this research, I learned a lot about imagined identities. In my effort to keep trying, I hope to incorporate some visualization techniques to create goals in my lessons to help students achieve their language successes.